everyone. Long time no video. Life has been kind of busy. I'm in CNC machining, loving that. But I do have some updates for the swaps. So as we can see, we have two PD motors right there, and we have two fully built ALH motors right there. I do have issues. This is a PD130 or refresher PD130, so a PD short block with an ALH head, and this is a BHW engine. Currently, the Cherokee was down. The Chinesium actuator that I use for the turbo ended up failing. Luckily, I keep spares, so I was able to do a different part number. I've actually had two of these same part numbers fail, and now I'm going with the part number that Nick Sweeney uses on his rig. So other than that, she's got about 11,000, almost 12,000 miles. I do drive it back and forth to school most of the time. I did fill it up the other day, and I got, I think it was close to 24, 25 miles to the gallon, how I drive. I do live in North Carolina, right in the center part of the state, so it's not too much elevation like Kyle, but it's still pretty decent. I do drive pretty aggressively, and it hits speeds of 80, 85 miles an hour in Mexico, of course. Now we can talk about these two things. So let me grab my chair and move us in a little closer. We can kind of see with this looks really wonky. This pulley normally doesn't exist on a BEW or a BHW. Neither does a piece of plastic. So this is my own variation of the PD accessory lift. It is in 3D printed plastic currently. It's extremely strong for what it is, but I am going to machine it in school, more than likely next semester. I've already measured for the belt, so I'll probably order the belt, give that a shot, see how that works, and if that works, then I'll release it to the public for free. This has BHW injectors in it and an SDI camshaft. It's fully rebuilt. Yeah, so this is going to be a spare motor. I also have a spare BHW head. Of course, we can't use that on the BEW short block, but we can use it on a BHW, and of course a BHW that's in there. So this is a BHW that I picked up just the other day. I'm actually going to put it into the Cherokee, so I'm moving away from VEs and moving into PDs. I've been talking with a couple of people, so I do have a set of BEW injectors and BHW injectors. I'm looking into getting some PD150 injectors as well. I'm getting some conflicting information as to what the plunger size is. I've been told that the BHW and the BEW have the 8mm plungers and less restrictive bodies, but more restrictive nozzles. And the PD150 has more restricted body, smaller 7.5mm plunger, and larger nozzles. So it's a lot of information. I'm gonna, do my diligence and research and kind of figure it out. I do have a source here in the US where I can get them rebuilt and put new nozzles on, if that's the case. So again, I'm going to be putting this thing in. I'm going to do a Colt Stage 2 camshaft, the same one that I have in the Cherokee, in the CJ. I'm going to continue running my cheap Chinesium GTB 2260. Both of these, of course, are electronic controllers on BHW manifolds, and I have a spare exhaust manifold down there. But other than that, I mean, AC is great to have, especially here where the humidity is high. So I plan to kind of keep that. I'll clean up the engine bay a little bit better. I'm going to continue running my LS coolant temp sensor. I like it more than the, let's see, I should have one over here. The Volkswagen one that's prone to leaking. So I machine an aluminum plug and weld it into that pocket. And then I have the another bung, or I weld another bung in so I can thread the LS sensor in. But yeah, so that's basically it. Short and to the point.